Guys, we are here at the tryout booth here at CycleCon with Marty. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
It's great to see you again. All right. I want folks to understand the concept of tryout, where it all came from. Tell me the origin story. Where did tryout come from?
Well, tryout came from when I was in the gym working out and doing leg presses. I thought, I can do so much more with my legs than I can this routine, you know. I'm going to build a trike. And so I went out and talked to people. I says, what do you not like about trikes? And I found that there were 26 things that they definitely did not like. So I went about and I hired a kid who hated trikes. And I says, come and work for me. So we went about designing a trike that would turn every negative into a positive so that people would say, what do you want? And that's what we've created. And so the thing that we started out with is we decided to go with our Truss Frame.
Okay, so let's start talking about some of those 26 things. We probably won't do all of them, but so you decided to make some changes that would make a kind of trike that was unlike what's already out there, right?
Right.
All right. So yeah, the Truss Frame. Go ahead. Let's hear about some of the most important.
I started with a piece of paper and a pencil.
All right.
Being in physics and mathematics, a truss frame is stronger than a pipe. So I thought, I'll make a truss frame. Then it allowed me to answer the problem. I hate the chain. I get my clothes in it. I don't want to get my chest slit if I come out with the sprocket in the front. So we enclose the sprocket, put the chains inside. They last longer, it's cleaner, and I have a stronger frame. And then the other thing that they hated, I'd give trikes to people. If somebody had said, I like this about a trike, I'd go buy the trike, write it, and see why it was good. And then I said, I'm going to be better than that. And then I'd buy the trike, and then I'd give it to my friends and say, take this trike, write it, and come back and tell me what you think. And most of them would come back and say, that just knocked my teeth out. So I thought, suspension, got to have suspension. So I created suspension.
And tell us about your suspension.
The suspension here is a double A-arm suspension. 4 inches of suspension. It's just like a mini race car. It's as precise as a race car with torsion bar, the kingpins, everything. It's just like a car. So when you ride it and come out of a curve, straight. And so you want suspension. And then I don't want to be working with chain and stuff like that. I want to go on a ride and have a ride. I went with a carbon belt, a Gates belt, just like in an automobile down here. And it lasts anywhere from 30 to 50,000 miles instead of 1,500 miles. And then to get suspension, that was really something. So I had to invent a new concept of being able to have a carbon belt that's fixed axis and have suspension. So we did it. And then our test bikes, we would bust them up. You'd get in there and put the power to them, and they'd break. So I had to make sure that we eliminated the squat, and then work with aluminum. And then the parts here, we wanted precision parts and a bike that would last. I kept saying, I want a bike that they can have, use it, and give it to their grandkids, and they can use it. So all of the things here are forged. It's like steel. Forging on all the parts and then machine. There's 2 things that I learned on a trike. You got weight and you got friction. Most people never think about friction. So this is a precision bike. We can take a wheel, spin it, come back 7 minutes, and it's still turning. And so we make our own hubs, precision hubs.
Wow.
And then how it fits all goes into it. So that the bike's a little heavier, but when you got a trike, you got heavier people, faster speeds. You can't have the same lightweight bike.
Of course. How about the seat? Now, this is something that's very different from most other trikes. Tell us about your seat.
Most people want comfortable seat. And so we thought, what are we going to do? And I kept thinking, a Recaro racing seat. Wouldn't that be nice? Come around the hips, around your back, cradle your back, give you support for your head. And I thought, great. And so I went about and designed a carbon seat.
All right.
And then I thought, that's a little hard. And I experimented, so I took an air mattress, laid it on the seat, sat in it, and I thought, oh, this is it. Adjustable air cushion. So we worked, created a seat that would fit, and then we can even put a gel cell in between it so that we have the most comfortable seat there is. It's like sitting in an easy chair. And then another big negative was, how do I get out of that thing? A lot of the trikes I bought, I had to say, kids, give me a hand. Help me out of this bike. And so I said, I'm going to make it 17 inches high. Kitchen table. If you can sit on a kitchen table chair, you can sit on this trike. And then I said, we've got to have armrests for an easy chair. So I built hand grips, brakes, so you can stand up raise, all integrated. I spent 3 more years making this an adaptive bike. You look at it and you say, that looks pretty normal. But when you need it,
all those features are there when you do need them.
It's there.
Right, absolutely.
I could take you hours and go through every single point and give you a
Marty, I only wish that we had those hours right now, but we don't. So we're going to probably leave it there. But no, that's a great overall look at that. I know you're going to be making some improvements, things coming up next year. So we will check back in with you, I think, and have something. Any final thoughts?
We try to make the best bike in the world, and I think we've done it.
At least
that's what people tell me.
Right. Look at it. So, okay. Marty, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay. All right, pal.